Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, where we showcase MCs and not focus solely on their playlists. This episode is brought to you by www.heritagehiphop.com. We are more than music. Go to heritagehiphop.com right now to hear new music, get great artist insight, and hear some of the most insightful hip-hop interviews hip-hop will offer. We are also sponsored by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to change your financial future and your life, all you have to do is fill out the application at www.heritagehiphop.com and click on the link for Transparent Credit Repair. Change your life with just one click of a button and open your wallet to more income instead of paying out more debt. On this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, we talk to two MCs who honor a fallen MC and put out real boom bap hip hop music. Shout out to Bad Seed, shout out to LR Blitzkreig, and shout out to the memory of PH, aka Pumpkinhead. We're going to celebrate the 6ixers today, and I want you to drop us a comment. How do you like them and their music? The new project, the 6ixers, is out right now and it's dope. And we want y'all to not only get into that, but get into these MCs. So I will come back with the rest of my commentary when this interview is done.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is sponsored by heritagehiphop.com, where we bring your future favorite artists to you today, and we invest in people, not their playlists. So if you're only here to find out what's hot, Heritage Hip Hop is more than music, and we bring you the real MCs that makes the real music. And today we have two MCs from the Plague. If you don't know what that is, get your hip hop up. Please introduce yourselves.
Yeah, this is Bad Seed, one half of the 6ixers.
Yep, this is R.I.P. Blitzkreig, second half of the 6ixers. You know.
Yeah.
And we thank y'all for coming on Heritage Hip Hop. So I think this interview I want to do different than my normal ones because we have two solo artists who are in the group, who formed the group. So I want to give both of y'all the respect y'all deserve as being solo artists and as a group. All right.
Appreciate
Okay.
So let's talk to Blitzkreig first. A Blitzkreig is a swift military victory. Is that how you define your style?
Absolutely. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah, this is a good interview. I can tell.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, man. You know, that's my name. My real name is R.I.P, right? So years ago, when I first started rapping, right, I went by Lightning Rod, right? Super corny, I know, but that's actually where the LR in LR Blitzkreig comes from, right? But I knew it was whack because I grew up just like, this is corny, and so I was like, how can I keep it but change it? So, again, a swift military action or victory, right, is basically, if it translates direct, it's lightning war, right? So I kept the lightning that way by changing the name to Blitzkreig. And that's where it comes from.
That's dope. That's dope, because you know what? I'm from the era of Transformers and the Decepticons and all that, right?
Yeah.
And Blitzkreig was one of my boys' favorite ones because he was the general that transformed into three different things.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. We from the same generation. It's Blitzwing, right? Transformed from the tank to the plane to the robot. I got a couple of them.
You're right. That's the toy. Let me talk about the Blitzkreig though. Blitzkreig is what he would say when he would break the other toys. You know what I'm saying? So yes, for real, like that. That's why the name rung a bell with me. When I heard it, I was like, yo, are you serious? Blitzkreig. I was like, yo, that's mad military. That's what my man used to say in Transformers, right?
Word.
So then check this out. When I think about your style as an author, not just as a rapper, you are creating summaries of emotion through hard in-your-face lyrics. Why do you take that approach when you write your rhymes?
I've always looked at hip hop as a sport or a very aggressive sport, right? It's always been that way for me. So that's why I feel like, for me, I like to paint pictures that are that aggressive, that are that, that hard hitting, narrative throughout almost everything that I do.
I like that. like I said, because of the timing that we have in this interview, I'm going to speed up a little bit because I want to talk to y'all as a group. But to continue on talking to the things that you have done, you have a video out called "In These Streets."
Yeah.
Now that's a song I really enjoy. And UG, that's my man from Cellar Dwellers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm looking at the video, and it seems like it's a clash of culture where you're educating younger men in the hood on what the real facts of hip hop is in that video. Is that true?
Yeah, you got it. That's exactly what it is.
The album covers that you had was Busta Rhymes, Sean Price, and Pumpkinhead, correct?
You are correct, man. I like this guy.
What do those? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was your question?
What do those three albums signify to you?
So, the Sean Price album is Monkey Bars. I think was the one that I included. It's probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite Sean Price album. And you know, I just wanted Sean Price and PH not being here anymore. I just wanted to represent them as like, yo, listen, if you haven't heard these guys, you're missing out. You know, obviously PH Pumpkinhead was me and Bad Seed's best friend, so you know, I always have to include him in everything I do. As does Seed. You know, PH executive produced this project. He's executive produced all of Bad Seed's projects since he's passed. He'll be executive producing my next project. Like, we want to keep his name out there no matter what. The Busta Rhymes album, Anarchy, I just love that album.
Okay.
And if you watch the video at the very end, after it fades to black, the two kids are now reciting one of Busta's rhymes. You know, Busta Rhymes, the immaculate raw, hardcore, biggity raw. So when we shot the video, those are my two nephews, Kasim and Khalil. They're actually super dope, talented musicians, artists, actors, rappers, everything. They're in a group called Juggernaut War Party. That is, you're gonna trust me. You're gonna hear about Juggernaut War Party.
Oh, they're aliens.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Like, you know, they grew up. It's the exact thing that the video's about, right? There's so many younger artists that don't have a reference of what is real good music. They only have a reference of what is today's music. And they don't go back and have a vast catalog of things to listen to from the past. You know, music is very singular now. Everybody's listening in their iPods, their AirPods, and not, you know, it's not mom playing, you know, the old 70s jams in the house while she's cleaning. That doesn't really happen as much as it used to, right? So they don't have a reference of what should be building their sound. My nephews have that, and they have it in spades. From me, from my brother, from, you know, my whole crew. They grew up around us. So they're really dope. But what was signifying in that, or what was really dope about that, is Mr. Mecca, who is a really good friend of mine, he was there when we were shooting the video. And when they started reciting, I said, so recite one of your favorite Busta Rhymes songs, and they recited that one, and they knew it almost word for word. So we recorded it. Mecca sent it to Busta. Busta called us right back, right? And this is not in the video, but Busta called us, and he's like, nah, yo, that was dope. I really appreciate you younger cats, like, knowing my back catalog like this, but you got this wrong and you got this wrong. And they was like, all right, and they fixed it and did it again. Flash forward, Mecca wound up A&Ring Busta Rhymes' entire new album, which is, you know, neither here nor there. But the whole thing was it was a really good experience creating that song.
No, I didn't know that story, Blitz. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's dope. I'm going to switch it over to Bad Seed because I'm going to go back and forth until we go into the group project. Bad Seed, I'm very impressed by not only your discography, but to be intelligently ignorant, as you put it, to being one of the most capable wordsmiths that proctors and teaches on the mic, not just spits. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you the question. What is the difference between an instructor and a teacher, and which one do you take in?
I think an instructor is someone who is still in the field, that is still actually moving around. So, you know, they're directing as they're going too. There's somebody that's getting their hands dirty too. A teacher is somebody that pretty much been there, done it all, got their feet kicked up, and they, you know, not even so much feet kicked up, but you know, they the super duper OGs. You know what I mean? Like they've seen it all. They don't have to get out there because they got the young boys that get out there in the field. But me, I consider myself to be neither. I'm still a student. You know what I'm saying? I think even all these years in, 20 plus years in the game, I'm still learning every day, every single day, still learning, and especially with how the game has changed, like how the people are consuming the music, how you get the music to the people. So it's a lot. It's relearning everything all over again. So, you know.
I respect that, because the day a man does not learn is the day he dies.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
And one thing I've learned about you through your discography is you always have a lesson that's poignant to the point of today while revisiting yesterday's pain.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Nostalgic. Yeah, I'm a nostalgic type of dude anyway. Like, you know, my lady was saying to me, yo, you like watching old shit. I do. I just like old shit. I like revisiting old shit. I like the time. It's a real big inspiration for me. You know what I'm saying? Not that I like to dwell in the past or anything like that, but just that time, that feeling. I like to draw from that. You know what I'm saying? So you'll find that what I'll do is a lot of either there'll be my past experiences or someone I know past experiences or whatever. So whatever lesson that's tucked under there, you know, I try to make sure that I do have something in there. Like you're not gonna, like, for example, if I got a whole bunch of wild street bars, right? Mm-hmm. It's gonna be some humor to it. Like it's not gonna be straight murder, death, kill. Unless it's a concept, and that's what the concept is. But even when there's a concept, there's gonna be a consequence to the end of it. So, you know, it's just real. You know, it's just making shit real. As long as it's real and authentic, there's always a consequence to shit. And that comes with it being authentic.
Yeah, the song Daddy Dearest talked to me very, very deeply, because it's a very open story with a very direct message. Why do you think hip-hop today doesn't have a message that everybody's just talking?
I think because people are too cool to show vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like they want to be superheroes. They want to have no chinks in their armor. Me, I'm standing here naked. Like, yo, this is me, man. This is who I am. You understand what I'm saying? My dad is funny style. He acts funny. He's a funny acting nigga. I love him, but he's funny acting. Yo, do you know, real talk, this is the first time I'm even talking about this anywhere. Do you know that his response to that song, he left a comment on Facebook, and the nigga said, all he said was done.
Wow.
Now, I expected that, but I'm like, yo, man, the nigga ain't even listened to the whole song. I don't know if he did or he didn't, but he left that comment. There's a clip of something that I put on Facebook, and that man replied, like, my man, you ain't even listened to the record to even really hear you. Now, I ain't gonna front, the little clip part that I did put up, that I was getting at him in that clip, but the whole song is still respectful. Like, yo, man, this is how I feel, brother. You know, like, you know, I'm a grown man. I'm not a child. I'm a grown man with a child. This is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I beg to differ on something that you said about people wanting to be superheroes, because you two are superheroes. Let me explain. Like I said, I'm from that era back in the day, and I love comic books. I don't know if y'all like comic books. Did y'all like comic books at all?
Absolutely.
It was cool. It was all right.
Okay, well, I remember back in the day there was a comic book company called Milestone Comics. Mm-hmm. And both of you remind me of two of those people that was in the books. Bad Seed, you remind me of Wise Son. Wise Son was the 5% superhero that's power was invulnerability. So no matter what you hit him with, he was able to give you what you gave him back, but raw with more power. And Blitz, you remind me of Hardware, where no matter what situation you in, sometimes the enemy is the person right next to you, and you got to qualify yourself to be mental adapt to trick him into knowing that you're not as dumb as he thinks you are, that you're just as powerful. Am I correct?
I love it.
Yeah.
So
that sound like the next 6ixers, Blitz.
So as you see, my love for hip hop is not, okay, you got a song out, what's up? Nah, like I said, heritage hip hop is about the people who make the music. And one thing that I've picked up from y'all music is y'all like to play with the ears of the audience. Y'all both can answer this. Why do you give the audience what's unexpected, but yet give them something they did not understand they needed at the time?
Go ahead, Blitz.
I mean, that is, to me, that's the nature of hip hop, right? I love words. So I want to play with words in the flows, the cadences, and just the thoughts in a way that's going to excite you, right? Like I'm not just giving you a vibe. I'm not going to give you the melody and, you know, the bop that you were looking for to, you know, just get your shoulders shaking. Nah, I want to make you think. I want, if I say something that you don't know, I want you to be like, damn, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to find out. Like, I need to know what this is because he said it so ill that I have to know exactly what he meant. You know, you are a comic book head. I'm sure you're watching these shows and stuff. The Easter eggs that are in these shows or in these you know, series, people seek out what they're missing. Right? Because like, yo, I know there were some Easter eggs in there. I know there's something that I don't know about what's in there, but I'm gonna check for it. And that's what I really like to do. I really like to give the listener something extra that, you know, may draw them in a little closer and make them maybe a little bit more knowledgeable, or just, you know, just fun stuff that's more than just the surface vibe of the music.
All right. And I'm the same. You know, I think that when you're entertaining, when you're sitting down and you're like, okay, well, I come from the school of I want you to be able to close your eyes and see the record. I call it audio pictures.
Yeah.
It all, even down to ad-libs and, you know, how you structure it and what sound clips you put in there. Like, it's all gotta make sense. And I feel like, it's entertainment. So when you're entertaining someone, especially now in the era where everything is right on your hip, you can watch movies, listen to music, all of that. You want to give the entertainer an experience. And I think that that's what is going to make you stand out as an artist, is how you're able to entertain the listener. How are you standing out? That's where the replay value comes. That's where the people going to come back and want to listen more, and because they were entertained, you know. And these are little nuances that I don't even think a lot of people take serious because they take their self too serious.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. You could be a tough rapper. It's okay to be a tough rapper, but you got to know how to have something in there that's approachable. Like, you gotta, I don't know, like, it's just something, it's something, man.
You can't be banging at breakfast. You can't be banging at breakfast. You know, you banging that.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, perfect. That's a perfect analogy, Blitz. Like, come on, man. Like you not picking up your little baby from daycare with the bandana on. You know, talk about, hey, cuz, you took care of my daughter today, cuz. Hey, cuz, you gave her a bottle today, cuz. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not happening all the damn time. Like, there are times where you are chilling. You're not talking to your grandmother on the phone like, hey, grandma, you took your fucking medicine, grandma? Don't make me come over there and fuck you up. You ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. No, that's perfect.
That's true.
Yo, Blitz, that's perfect.
I respect
you just
that.
gave me an idea.
I respect that because too many times people turn off the entertainment value of hip hop and try to make it a real life thing. Like in certain states within the country, hip hop lyrics are permissible as evidence against the artists who make them. Yet in a movie, the prop gun is not used as an instrument to condemn the actor.
Right. Or the script for the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, like, oh, this script says that you robbed the bank, so you're going to jail for robbing the bank. Nah, man, it's a story. I'm telling a story. Like, what are you talking about?
like, yo, real quick. Just to kind of piggyback off of that. I'm working on an album right now as we speak. I'm literally in the studio right now. And what it is, it's Kill Switch 2. What Kill Switch 1 was showing how art could imitate life. A little boy it's a concept album. A little boy finds a comic book, he reads the comic book, it turns him out. He turns into a fucking stone killer and ends up getting killed at the end. It's crazy, right? So this one is Kill Switch 2, and it's the art imitating life off of a movie. So the movie is The Devil's Reject. So watch. You know what I'm saying? But what's happening is just all of the shit that happens from when you watch it, how art can imitate life, and does it really imitate life? Because I'm so tired of people blaming everything on music. Like, yo, it ain't just music, man. Like, Al Pacino could kill 500 million people in the movie and nobody says anything. You know what I'm saying? But the minute a rappers talk about fuck the police, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
on the flip side of that, there are artists, right, whose entire music persona, like you're saying, is them wanting to be so real that everything that they're living, they actually put into their lyrics, right? That has happened. That absolutely has happened. You know,
but look at the drill scene. Like that's what drill is about.
Right.
Drill ain't even about being a dope rapper. Drill is about spitting about your ops and what you're going to do to them, and then going and doing it. That's the culture.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you two gentlemen a question, because I believe there's not a lot of artists in hip hop. There's a lot of participants, and people are just doing it and not loving with the art and the culture of it. But you did make up a perfect point. People say that art imitates life. Let's look at life of what the couple events that we just had. We just had a bombing in Nashville. We have the government being taken under siege, and I don't mean the Capitol building. I mean the Democrats are at war with other Democrats because of ageism, and the Republicans are at war with Republicans because they feel they got infiltrated by the 3%ers, the QAnon, etc., and that led into the Capitol being put under siege, right?
Right.
If art imitates life, what is the voice hip-hop has to take to keep itself pure when things like that are going on in the nation?
For me, I think it would be wrong to say that hip-hop has to do anything. But hip-hop is everything, right? There's so many facets and so many different colors to hip-hop. Absolutely, one of the main ones is to speak on current events and to be the rebellious music of the people, right? That is absolutely necessary, I believe, within hip hop.
Riot music.
Right, exactly, like riot music. It's not, I don't think it's hip hop's job to teach everybody or to make a blanket statement that like, everybody in hip hop has to be Public Enemy. No. But there needs to be a Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a Dead Prez. There needs to be those artists. There needs to be an Immortal Technique. There needs to be those artists that speak on the current events and the plight of the people and the revolutions and all of that. That's not everybody's job, and it's not anybody's job all the time. I can make a revolutionary song and then go shake my ass in the club on the next joint. I can do that. Nobody is monolithic. We all have different thoughts and ideas, and depending on how I feel on the day that I wake up, I might want to make a happy song. But then tomorrow,
unless that's how you came out. Like, you can't come out on some Public Enemy shit and then that's what you be about, and then now all of a sudden you want to go shake ass and fuck.
See, but that's if you pigeonhole yourself, right?
Right.
If you put yourself in the place where that's the only music you made for 20 years, well, you better keep making that music. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. So let's go into that then, because I say hip hop doesn't have a lot of artists because nobody's telling a complete story. See, as a person who now runs a hip hop media platform, now I know the difference between an artist and a person who just raps. Because for one, 90% of the people that rap don't really do it because they want to be successful. They want to do it because they want to be cool. Then when you take that 90%, you could slice that even further to say some of those artists, when they come out with music, they just put songs together and call that shit an album or a project when that shit ain't even really mixtape worthy. Yeah. The thing I like about the 6ixers project is you tell a direct story from the interrogation to the single, which is the last track, followed by an intro. What was the story that 6ixers represents, and what did you want people to get from the story that was being told by the music?
Good, Pete.
That hip hop was really in trouble, and that somebody put a hit out on all these fucking fuckers, and they tried to call a whole bunch of people, but nobody could do the job and finish the job. So what happened was, the story I hear is that they end up calling these guys the 6ixers, and the 6ixers came together and put together some records and spray shit up. That's the story. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the story. Me and Blitz, our birthdays are both February 6th. You know what I'm saying? We always said that it would be dope if we got together and did a project and we call that shit the 6ixers. We ain't know where we really wanted to go with it. But, you know, it all came together, you know, with the Hitman thing and, you know, with the police trying to find us and because we out there wilding out or whatever. All of that ended up making sense. Blitz is incredible with the artwork. He did all of the artwork. So he didn't do the music video, but he did all the artwork and, you know, was able to capture that visually before we even dropped the project. So that was in people's minds already. Like, yo, what is this? What are they on? Because we wasn't just on some, yo, we just two rappers and we just got together and we dropping a project. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. So, you know, I'm real proud of the project. I think it was dope. You know, Knots, you know, Knots is Knots, man.
Yeah.
You know, Knots.
Yeah, he knocked it out.
Produced the whole thing. Yeah, he produced the whole shit. Crazy.
One thing I will say about the project that shows me that y'all are hip hop and not just artists that do hip hop is I was caught up because y'all took the damn what's the guy name of that group again?
Shy.
Yeah, y'all took the Shy, right? And flipped it like Jay Dilla would flip a sample to make it something creative and new, and told the story in the middle of the beat.
Yeah.
Why do you think people don't tell stories in hip hop no more? Why is that the lost art of creation?
I think that most artists today are chasing a dollar instead of trying to create art, you know? So if you use hip hop as a commodity instead of an art, you're going to get, you know, this microwave cookie cutter BS. And we have been doing this so long, we have no, you know, misconceptions or thoughts of, yo, I'm going to become a multimillionaire off of this hip hop. No, it's not about that. For us, it's creating great art and having the people receive it, right? And enjoy it. So when we approach a song, we're going to approach it in a way that is going to be artistic and give you something hopefully different than what you might have expected or just something that you can really appreciate. Caught Up, when we got the beat from Knots, we could have obviously went with, oh, you know, I'm talking about how these girls is out here doing me wrong, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Seed said, nah, we got to find some completely other way to go about this, right? So, you know, me and him, we brainstormed. He came up with his verse, and I thought it was so dope. I was like, man, now I can tell a different story of how I was caught up, or we can continue this story, but do it in a way that if you're not paying attention, you might not even catch that these two stories are intertwined, you know, right away.
Right.
And it just, you know, everything just came together so perfectly. And then we was like, okay, now we got to go in and we have to add to the ending to make it like, you know, super cohesive. And it just worked out really well. I really, really enjoyed that song.
Yeah. Song is great. Like I said, the project has so much to it, even in depth. You know what I'm saying? When you're calling somebody fool, or you're talking about just your creativity as a whole. The La Bamba video was creative as hell. You know what I'm saying? The cartoon, the mask, and it was even incorporated in the actual intro of the song.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think the trick to what hip-hop is that there really is no trick. People want to be real, but people aren't really paying dues, paying homage, or paying attention to the craft of what it is to be an artist. So I'm going to ask you both in this question, and this is like a very serious question to me when it comes to this project, is this. You've known each other for years, being part of a bigger group, The Plague. Mm-hmm. Shout out to The Plague. And you've also walked different paths to come back to do this together. What did you learn as a MC and an artist that made this group work and made each one of y'all better MCs because y'all work directly together without other people?
Wow, that's a good question. What did we learn previous that we dumped into this? I think experience, totally. You know, total experience. You know, performing, recording records, making dope records, making whack records over the years. You know what I'm saying? Just trial and error. Building blocks, stumbling blocks, you know, to get to where we were able to do this project. I think that timing too. I think timing was everything. Timing. I'm glad we did it when we did it. You know, and not back in the days. I'm glad, you know, because we actually don't have anything. We were on, what was we on, Blitz?
There's a couple of Plague tracks. I think we were on Drugs together, right? We was on Drugs. That's on a Q5 CD, a compilation. And we might have one other, but like I'd have to think about it. I don't even know.
Yo, see, I don't even remember. Yo, I be doing so many songs. Like on some real shit, like I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even be remembering my own songs.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. Niggas be reminding me of my own songs.
For me, the thing that I think I brought into it from past experience is, you know, within The Plague was my group Hydra, right? Me, shout out to my brother Wild Child, my other brother GMS. You know, so I was comfortable working in a group setting. And Seed, even being part of The Plague, has, for the most part, since, you know, I think since OBS, right, Seed?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's been a solo entity for a very long time. So he's used to being a solo entity. And I'm definitely very comfortable being in a group format where, you know, you have to collaborate and bump heads, right? And come up with new ideas and work ideas out. Whereas I think Seed for a very long time is whatever my idea is, that's my idea and that's what's coming out, you know? So, I think that's what I brought into it, knowing that, you know, we're going to have to really collaborate to make something great and cohesive. The thing that I learned, which I credit Seed for a lot, is just being aggressive and just moving, like this could have definitely come out like 6 months later than it did if it was up to me, right? Because I move, stop laughing. You're not laughing. I move at a lot slower pace, right? And Seed has perfected make the art, put the art out. He's perfected that. And so I had to play, I had to catch up. Like he'd come to most of the songs, Seed had his verse first, like boom, boom, and then I had to catch up. So that his pacing, and his ability to just like knock stuff out, like that's what I learned from it, and now that's in my repertoire, that's in my bag of tricks. So now I can really knock stuff out if I need to. So I credit him for that for sure.
Part of being an incredible rap team is being able to play off the strengths and weaknesses of your partner. And that's why I respect people who do like group projects, because it's hard. So for me, like as a solo artist, in my opinion, and I'm not an artist, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's hard to do a song and concept by yourself. But it's easier when you have someone you trust, who you respect as being just as dope as you, and who can flow with your creativity. Since you did this project now, how are y'all going to re-separate and be, I'll say, better than what you were before?
Shit. I think, I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. I think, at this point, man, we on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Like shooting like Jordan at the free throw line with the
excuse me, no, Julius. Shooting like Julius.
Julius at the free throw line.
You dump like Julius, nah.
Yeah. Nah, real talk, like, that's how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, nothing is gonna, if anything, that's just gonna add to, whatever else we're working on. Like, I just dropped the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that shit is a building block, man. We just keep building.
Yeah, we've been doing this so long. The music, I think, comes naturally to us. Trying to one up yourself is our only competition.
Yeah.
And I think that we compete at such a high level that we continue to do it. I have a full album that I've been sitting on forever, and it's not detox, but yeah, I've been sitting on it for a while. That's coming, and even still with that, like, I know that even after all of that's out and people have heard it, we're just gonna continue to make music. Seed has been putting out projects for the past 2 years, like just shooting. Like every couple of months, he's just like giving y'all another hit album, or EP or song or whatever it is. He's been super consistent. I don't know anybody as a solo artist who's doing this on their own has been as prolific and consistent and been able to get such dope producers than Seed has in this since he put out No Way in Hell. Like he's just been hitting y'all, and I definitely want to get in that lane where we're just continuing to just give you great music to the point that it's really undeniable. You just have to listen.
Respect. I respect that. That's all. So then, let's take this interview to the next level before we close out. And the next level is this. The thing I love about doing what I do is I get to show the world the intelligence of the MC instead of them trying to focus on the ignorance of the mainstream media. When I listen to Caesar Bourgeois, when I listen to Proxy, and even how the dedication to the people who were murdered by police are in. MCs are today's poet laureates. You are the James Baldwins, the Langston Hughes, you are the contemporary voices of the renaissance of thought of the inner city. Let me ask you this question. Why is it important for you to always respect your pen and be the best MC possible instead of just going in the studio and saying, I knocked this out in 5 minutes and giving the people a message instead of giving them some bullshit that people rush to do?
For me, this is hip hop. This is not rap. This is not, like I said, a commodity, right? And I owe it to, my top 5 dead or alive to always, respect what they gave me and give it back to the next generation or the, older generation that's still listening tenfold or as much as I possibly can. I don't know any other way to say it. Like I said before, this is art to us, right? So it has to be artistic, and yeah, there has to be something in there that's cool and gives you that hip hop swag to it for sure. But if I can put something in there that is super complex or intelligent or just, different than what you've gotten from somebody else, that's what we do it for. That's what we do it for. You know what I mean? We do it for the exact thing that you're saying. I can't go in there and just, come up with a catchy, vibey hook and then throw that in there and give you, a minute and 30-second song that's just that and not give you nothing else. It's not rap for me, it's hip hop. This is real. It's like, this is, to me, the music is life or death. So I have no choice but to put as much of myself. Hip hop is a part of who I am, right? So I have no choice but to put it back out there into the world so that they know who I am.
Correct.
I think that first off, what Blitz said, I agree with, and I think that's the foundation. When I first started rapping, I wanted it to be so niggas could think I'm nice, and it was never to go platinum and none of that. It was just so people could say I'm nice, and I stopped rapping probably. I was toying with it. I want to say maybe about 6 years ago, right? And when PH passed, it just became a different focus. You know what I'm saying? Like I became a different MC than what I was. It's almost like when PH passed, I was born again. You know what I'm saying? Because I had stopped rapping, really. Like, I really wasn't really with the shit. If PH was still alive, I wouldn't be rapping. I'm going to just put it like that.
Okay.
So,
Inspiration.
I guess that could sum it up. Yeah.
All right. Well, for everybody out there that's listening, this is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop with two of the most intelligent yet thorough MCs that, if you haven't heard, do yourself a favor and make sure you hear their music. This is L.R. Blitzkreig and Bad Seed. Together they are the 6ixers. And before we go into the ending part of the interview, please drop your social media and let people know where they can find you and your music.
Yeah, see.
But, yeah, I'm on Instagram at The Bad Seed Brooklyn, BKLYN. And you can follow the 6ixers at THE dot the number 6 IXERS. And yeah, man. But
Yeah, and for me, Instagram, Twitter, I believe on Facebook, everything is at LR_Blitzkrieg. The letter L, letter R_Blitzkrieg. Yeah, and obviously the 6ixers EP is on all the digital streaming platforms. If you search for it, you'll be quicker to find it if you search for the Blitzkrieg. You search for the Bad Seed and LR Blitzkrieg than you would if you search for the 6ixers. But it's all over the place, so you'll be able to find it.
Yeah. And the disclaimer from Heritage Hip Hop, because we're going to put the link in the description on our YouTube feed of this. Everybody out there that's listening, listen up. This is Karel from Heritage Hip Hop, and this is something that Heritage Hip Hop believes and not just something that we just say. If you like the music that you hear, please buy the music. Digital streamings are only used for marketing. It is not used to support the artist. If artists don't know that, you're paying the middleman to make you broke. So please, go to Bandcamp and buy this album. This EP is worth it. If we had a major tragedy, now that Donald Trump's going, let's just say an alien crashed into the damn pipeline or something and blew out the internet. If you don't buy your music, you don't own your music. So do yourself a favor of owning the music that's out that you love. You fellas agree?
Absolutely.
Right. That's right. I got my copy. Y'all need to get y'all's. All right. Now that we got to the first part of the interview done, I like to play a game with y'all called the rapid fire questions. Y'all want to play this game with me?
Hell yeah.
All right, so the rapid fire questions are not yes/no questions. These are questions that are designed to show not only your depth of hip-hop knowledge, but how much you love the culture as well. You ready to go?
Yeah. Let's go.
I think before we play this game, let's talk about PH and give him the proper respect he deserves. When he passed away, a lot of people in Jersey, I'm from Jersey, a lot of us in Jersey took that to heart because when we heard him speak and we heard his music, we knew he was very knowledgeable and put all into what he did. To the point
he
where
was out there in Jersey too a lot. He was out there. Yeah.
I know. And he made his lane. He made his lane in the way where when he passed, my Facebook feed was full. And people's like, damn, did you hear? Damn, yo, no, this ain't my man All Mental. Shout out to All Mental. From A Squad Rebel Radio. He was like, yo, this dude passed away. What the fuck? He was pretty upset. I want to ask you this. Let's look at his memory, and I'm going to set this up for the last question of the interview. What is his legacy, and how did his legacy make hip-hop and you better in your craft?
Man.
Wow. We're laughing because, man, this is, go ahead, T.
I mean, yo, first off, one of the best dudes that I ever met. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would do anything for you. He could just meet you right now. Like, it ain't like the nigga got to know you for any amount of time. Like, he could just meet you right now and show you love. And if you needed his coat, because you cold, they'd take the coat off and let you wear it. You know what I'm saying? He crossed the T's and dotted the I's for a lot of shit in hip hop. A lot of shit. He put a lot of people together. I know a lot of people in the business right now to this day because he existed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning that. You know, I'm learning how to do that and cross T's and dot I's and not be selfish. And I learned, I picked up a lot of that from him. You know, I say it all the time. You know, so good question.
PH, I knew PH from I was like 11, 12 years old. Like, he's my best friend through life, you know what I mean? He, I don't know how many people know this, but he's the first MC to get a street name after, which is, an accomplishment in itself and shows, how powerful he was, even as an underground MC. Like, you could ask a ton of people and they'd be like, nah, I never heard of him. But his name rung bells. You know what I mean? Like he's an important person, and him having that street named after him in our neighborhood is just a testament to that. I don't even remember the initial question. What
did you take from it? You know,
from his legacy? Hey man, his legacy is his kids. Cedar said this in another interview. All three of his kids are my godchildren. You know, and they are his legacy, and he rapped, he emceed for them. That was his, you know, once he had his first son, Raiden, that was his inspiration. That was his driving force to continue to do this and do it at a high level, you know, skill level, because he wanted to make sure that his kids were proud of him, you know, and that they saw that he was one of the best at something, and he was, you know, at whether you're talking about his albums, the songs he put out, or, you know, just as a battle rapper. His legacy means a lot because he like Steve was saying, he connected so many people. There are so many people that wouldn't be on or wouldn't know the people that they know if it wasn't for PH. He had no problem, you know, introducing you to somebody or playing your music or giving you props or anything. He was just 100%, you know, a really good dude within this hip hop culture that loved it so much that he connected so many people. And there's a lot of people that don't realize that they've been influenced by him, and they have.
I like that answer. Rest in peace.
Shit. Talk that shit, Blitz. Talk that shit.
So before we move on, we want to get a time to say, rest in peace to Pumpkinhead and may or PH, whatever way you say it, and may the Most High we pray the Most High accepted you with open arms, and may the blessings of peace, love, and serenity pass over your family eternally, because love lives past the grave. So while you're physically not here, your inspiration is here and your family is here, and may they continue to keep you alive forever until the day's end. Salute.
Amen. Salute.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for that.
So, no doubt, that's what we do. So let's continue now. Rapid fire questions. Now, the real question number one. Both artists, what song or album from another artist's catalog perfectly describes you?
Shit. One song?
Or one album?
Album.
Either or.
It got to be hip hop, or it could be.
No, it's whatever you want. No, it's whatever you do, whatever you choose.
Stevie Wonder, Secret Life of Plants.
Wow. Okay, that's dope. Mine's is Muddy Waters, Redman.
Okay. Classics. Love them both. Classics. Now this is going to be long-winded, kind of, but your answer is going to answer it. To me, hip-hop is not music. Hip-hop is God. And the reason why I say that is because when we take journeys in life, we walk, which means we take steps. When we write the notes on those lines on paper, those lines are called steps. Harmony is when all sounds come together into one form, which is called life. When your life is together, that means your internal systems, your endocrine, respiratory, reproductive system works together, so your body resonates in harmony. Also, more importantly, and this is the one thing I want people to notice, hip-hop talks about the drums. The heart is the beat of the body, where the drum is the heart of the beat. So everything in life is synonymous to the culture and the living thing that we call hip-hop. If LR and Bad Seed had to define hip-hop, what do they embody that keeps hip-hop alive within themselves?
What embodies hip-hop?
Within you.
Or is it what do you embody within hip-hop?
That too.
Okay.
I think what embodies hip hop in me is the culture. Period. Like you could smell the culture. You could see it. The culture's everywhere. It's on everything. Like you could turn on the TV and you could see Fred and Barney, Fruity Pebbles rapping. You know what I'm saying? I think the fact that I could breathe the culture every day, whether, you know, people who don't like it, it's to the point where if you don't like hip hop, you still can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It's a constant, you know. So with that in itself, it being something that I could breathe every day, you know, we didn't, like Big said, we didn't think it would take it this far. You know what I'm saying? So it's the culture. It's the culture for me.
I'm going to take it in a different route, and hopefully I'm answering the question correctly. I look at hip hop as a living, breathing organism, right? And what I am within that organism is its immune system. I'm its white blood cells. I'm fighting against any disease or BS that may try to infiltrate and make you sick.
I love that. Great answers. Great answers. My next question is this. This is going to be kind of like an asshole question, but because y'all MCs, I think y'all got the perfect answers. What's the perfect beat? Meaning if that rapper never came out with that beat first, it would have been your first single.
Wow. The Benjamins.
Okay.
Benjamin.
Okay.
Wow.
Facts.
Okay. LR, what you got?
What comes to mind, like right off the top of my head, is probably PSA.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's go to the next question. You guys are a group, but like I said, y'all are solo artists that came together to do a project. One of the most exciting things about hip hop that's been overdone now is the feature, because everybody does songs with everybody. But there's always been an artist that got on another person's song and stole the song. Their guest 16 like killed the main artist. So in your opinion, who has the best guest 16 in hip hop history?
Ooh. The best who? The best what?
The best feature. The best feature.
Yep.
Whoa. The best features in hip hop history.
Yeah, we go deep on heritage hip hop.
That's a good question. Cause that's a good question. Damn.
Yes, that was tough, right?
Ooh, that's a good. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say it's a toss up between Wu-Tang and EPMD, because Wu-Tang, they could feature each other. And EPMD,
not the cop out. Not the cop out.
They could feature each other. They could feature the Hit Squad, Death Squad, you know what I'm saying?
EPMD I'm good on, but the Wu-Tang was an interesting point.
That is a super
Hey,
cop
I'm
out.
just saying.
So then who had, from Wu-Tang, who had the best feature?
You gotta give that to
Oh,
Jack.
shit.
You gotta give that to Jack.
Oh, man, who had the best features out of Wu-Tang? Ghost.
Ghost? Okay.
Either Ghost or Ray.
Okay.
Because everybody, all of them wanted to rap on their shit, because they was the shit that was popping.
Word. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know, man. That's a head. Ooh, okay. I'll go back to Redman.
Okay.
The head, he featured on EPMD's Headbanger and bodied that shit.
Okay. Hey, ain't no wrong answers here. We celebrate your depth of knowledge of hip hop. So I got a hard question for you.
I'm sure there's a better answer if I thought about it.
Nah,
that's
your
my
answer
today.
Okay, it's your answer. So I got an even harder question for you, because I love y'all music and I got to ask you. sometimes when people do music, they remix the song, whether they change the beat or they add other people on the song. My question to you is, what's the best remix of all time?
These are the type of questions you gotta send us in advance, bro.
That's the fun of our platform, bro. You know.
Facts. Best remix. Ooh.
Quiet Storm with Lil Kim.
Ooh, okay. That's a great one.
That is a good one.
Great one.
Oh, I got it. No, that's what you're saying with.
What?
You gotta keep that one. You gotta keep that scenario remix.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
a great one.
That's fine. That's a
great one. That's a great one.
I was going to, or you could throw anything Pete Rock did, like the fucking,
Shut him down.
The Shut Him Down
remix.
The Jump Around remix.
Oh yeah, House of Pain.
Yeah, anything Pete Rock did.
That was crazy.
How about that? Anything Pete Rock did.
Anything Pete Rock did.
That was crazy. Yo, think about the fucking Jump Around remix, bro.
Yeah, bodied that.
Yeah.
That
was nuts.
God.
Okay, I have another question for you. All of you you're both from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is a kingdom within a territory within itself. Like when people talk about hip hop, when you talk about New York City, you can't talk about New York City like it's one place. You have the boroughs, and each borough is, like I said, a kingdom unto itself. But Brooklyn is divided in so many different territories, whether you talk about Brownsville, East New York, Flatbush, Park Slope, Crown Heights, whatever, right? So I want to ask you this question. If someone asked you, how do you define Brooklyn, what would you say?
Me? It's a planet. It's Planet Brooklyn. Do you know that 10% of America lives in Brooklyn?
Amazing.
Brooklyn is a planet in itself. Like, you don't need anything else. It could be its own state if it felt like it. That's how deep Brooklyn is. Brooklyn is absolutely to me. You can talk to, white people and they'll say Manhattan, but Brooklyn is the heart of New York City and probably the East Coast.
See what you say.
Brooklyn is the best place ever on the planet of Earth. And the reason why I say that is because I've been to damn near everywhere. I've been to all 50 states, been to like 9 countries, and like on some real shit, there's no place like Brooklyn. Yo, you go anywhere, there's somebody there from Brooklyn. You could go to fucking Budapest right now. There's a nigga from Franklin Ave. You know what I'm saying?
Specifically. Franklin Ave specifically.
Facts. Like, that's what I love. I just love it. It's a vibe. It's people can tell that you're from Brooklyn immediately. Like, it's something that jumps off you. You tell somebody you're from New York. Like, I'm down south right now. You know what I'm saying? I tell people I'm from New York. They be like, where you from? Brooklyn? Yup. Did my Diddy Bop give it away? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I respect that. So I have a very Brooklyn question for you, and that is, Brooklyn, like every borough in New York, every borough in New York is known for something. Harlem's known for the gangsters, the Renaissance, you know what I'm saying, even flossing. Queens is known for a lot of the money that came through New York. That was transferred to Harlem. Manhattan, that's the big city, whatever. Brooklyn has always been told, Brooklyn keeps on taking it. So Brooklyn is the heart and the identity of what New Yorkers think New York is.
Brooklyn was the muscle. Like, what did Rakim say? He said, I went to Queens for Queens and get the crew from Brooklyn. Yeah. Like, as KRS said, Brooklyn keep on taking it. Like, exactly. They're alluding to the fact that when you want to get it cracking and jumping, you calling Brooklyn niggas. Like it's always been that, man. Like Brooklyn niggas was the B&E niggas, the breaking it. Like okay, boom. As far as the street shit, everybody know. Okay, like if aliens came down from space right now, it's like yo, break the streets of these boroughs down. This is what I would tell them. Harlem, them niggas was the fucking get money, get fresh, fly niggas. They are the blueprint for that. Anybody who's getting fresh, getting fly, whatever, they're copying off of Harlem, and it's cool because they gotta pay homage to Harlem for it. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas dance a lot. They shake their shoulders a lot. Like they dance. Okay. Real talk. They dance from here to the corner store. They will Harlem shake from here to the they will. Real talk. Salute to Harlem. I fuck with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Queen, Bronx niggas, them niggas is they the niggas that you do not, that like if you drop something, they definitely they put in they fucking boot or they fucking black Air Force One on that shit. They do it.
All black Air Force One.
They grimy. Bronx niggas is grimy. Like you gotta watch them. Keep them niggas over there. Like them, they just like Staten Island niggas. Staten Island niggas is like that too. Like them niggas they grimy. Like they just grimy. Staten Island's like that because they're sectioned. They're too far away. They're just far. So they got time. They got time, space, and energy to be grimy. So if you come over there, you prepare to get the grind. Like you came here for this, right? Brooklyn niggas are the shooters. Brooklyn. Not saying that nobody else is a shooter, nobody else get money. Like of course this shit rotates. Like there are niggas that get money in Brooklyn, there's niggas that get money in Queens, but Harlem was known for that.
Yeah, Queens is trying to get some ass.
But yeah, that too, because Queens had the most women. Queens had the most women, so yeah, they was on. Because you got to remember, Queens got Jamaica, like they got St. Albans, they got houses, like it's residential out there, so they got a lot of women out there, right? So the niggas they think they playboys and shit. The Brooklyn niggas used to always go out there, the Queens for that. That's why Rakim said go to Queens for Queens. Like it was some real shit, right?
And that's why Prince Hakeem and Simi went out there.
Fact, where we gonna go? Queens. They went to Queens, right? So Queens is a mixture of Harlem and Brooklyn. If Harlem and Brooklyn fucked and had a baby, it'd be Queens. Because that's how they act. They act like they get fly and get fresh and get money, but they also could be on some shooter shit. Like that, you gotta watch them Queens niggas. Them niggas is wild. They a mixture. You know what I'm saying? And that's the boroughs, bro. That's the boroughs for you. Like summed up. Like straight up. If aliens came down, that's how you break it down to.
But one thing Brooklyn gave to the game that everybody's been jealous about and they haven't done it right since was the Crooklyn Dodgers. Now, Now, I mean, it doesn't matter. Would you if you like Crooklyn Dodgers 1, 2, or 3? Nobody ever talked about the third one, but there was a third one. You know what I'm saying? No one, but like I said, nobody ever talks about it. But Brooklyn did it right, and the Crooklyn Dodgers changed the game to where a total borough was represented on the song by some of the best that ever came from there, and it was like I said, if it was an album, it would have been a platinum 10 million times platinum album because Brooklyn embodies so much. My question to you is, and you can include yourself in this if you want to.
I will.
Crooklyn Dodgers 4. Crooklyn Dodgers 4. Who's the Crooklyn Dodgers?
For me, first me. Secondly, I'm taking Seed because that's my partner.
Okay.
Me, Seed. How many slots I get?
3.
3.
That's it. Crooklyn Dodgers is 3 people.
94.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me, Seed, Gorilla Nims. Who's I'm taking another one. I don't care what you say. I'm from Brooklyn.
All right.
Sheesh. Who else do I get? Well, for the youngsters, I'm taking Joey Badass.
Okay. Well,
wow.
Who's on the? Who's on the beat?
Who's on the beats? Oh, that is tough. Because I wanted to be somebody from Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Primo wasn't from Brooklyn.
No, he was not. He's from Texas.
And neither were Q-Tip.
No. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So I just should pick whoever I want. I'm picking not.
Yeah.
I don't get fucked.
I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to say that.
Hell yeah.
See, you got a different lineup?
Yeah.
What you got?
Is it Dead or Alive?
No restrictions, bro. No restrictions. I never said that.
You got me. You got me. You got me.
Is Dead or Alive?
No restrictions. Whatever you want.
You bodied my song already. I understand.
All right. How many people I got? 3?
Just 3.
It's
3
it's
who's
Brooklyn.
doing the beat.
Hey, take what you want. It's Brooklyn. We keep on taking it.
Oh, God. Yo. First of all, my 3 would be Biggie, Jay-Z,
Oh, God
and me.
damn it. God damn it.
Big Hov and me. And who would do the beat?
My song ain't selling no records.
Who would be on the beat? Who would be? Alchemist.
Ooh, okay.
Alchemist.
That's a beautiful selection right there. I like it.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's a good song.
I got 3 last questions, and then we're gonna sum everything up, y'all. And I thank y'all for the interview. So let's continue. My next question is this: what is the voice that you want to hear in hip hop that's not being voiced right now?
It's the voice that goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. That voice. Like, I won't be hearing that. Probably. When you say voice, you mean, I'm saying literal voice and shit. when you say voice, you mean, like
subject matter.
What subject matter? You know, I just want people to. I don't really care, to be honest. I just want it to be good. I don't care if your subject matter is about squirrels. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I listen to that shit, I should be able to go into the world of squirrels. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be all over the place. It shouldn't be. I should feel like a fucking squirrel when I listen to your shit. That's what you're gonna talk about, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for me, you know, it's weird because like both of you guys in this interview, we know hip hop, right? So to answer that question for us is kind of misleading because we know that it's all there. It's all there, right? It's whether it's being heard or not, right? You got somebody like Homeboy Sandman who on a whim will rap about literally anything, right? And he's dope at it. But you have to know it's there and seek it out and not care that it's not on your Hot 97 or your Power 105 or whatever, and still listen to it. Because there's so many of these young kids like, he's not popping. Who cares if he's popping? Do you like the fucking song or not?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So everything that you want, the political stuff, conspiracy music, drug music, gun music, anime music, computer music, whatever it is that you're looking for, it's there. It exists. Trust me, it exists. And it exists with somebody that's probably doing it very, very well because they care about it enough to do that instead of the stuff that's going to make them a ton of money. You just have to seek it out. It's all there. You know what I mean? Like, so to answer that question is like, nah, what I wish existed in hip hop that doesn't exist is the consumer that cares enough to seek out what they actually like. That's it.
All right, cool. My next question is a reflection question. How was like the interview? Would you refer Heritage Hip Hop to anybody else?
Oh, yeah.
And man, this is fun. I'd do this every day of the week if I could. This is a good interview. We made history, like you said at the top. We made history.
Yeah, like he said, it's gonna be one of the best. Definitely, it was one of the best I've done in a while.
Well, Heritage Hip Hop is not bougie. We don't believe that you got to be on Billboard to be interviewed. And by listening to y'all music, I will be watching and following y'all career extensively because I love the music that you gentlemen make. So if you ever want to come back on Heritage Hip Hop, the door is open. Whether you want to talk, we got a new single, or maybe you want to do our talk show, the Mike Council, which is like our version of The View or Red Table Talk. Hey, feel free. The door is always open.
I'm there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And make sure y'all go get that new Bad Seed album that's out right now on my Bandcamp, man. It'll be out on all streamers on February 6th. The 6ixers, again, we doing it again, man. And the 6ixers project is out. If you ain't streaming that right now, what the fuck is you waiting on? You need to go get a late pass, and we gonna smack you in the back of the head because you're late. And make sure you listen to it.
And listen, if you're listening to this, and you are seeking out that real hip hop, because obviously if you're listening to this, you understand hip hop, you love real hip hop, you live and breathe this shit like we do. Make sure you share the shit that you like. Tell people about it. Just tell people about it. That's why I do this, because I want as many people to hear our music and what we have to offer as possible. Share it. I don't care how you share it, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, you send a link, whatever it is, share it. Share this platform, tell people about this platform and the music that you get from it.
Facts. So we come to the final question of this great interview, and this final question is the most important question of the first interview. As I said, you can always come back, and the rapid-fire questions always change. I have a bag of questions, believe me. You know what I'm saying? So the most important question I'm going to ask you is this. 500 years from now, when the Hip-Hop Hall of Fame is up, and they go to the Brooklyn section, and a little boy, a little girl ask their parents, who are the 6ixers? Who's Blitzkreig and who's Bad Seed? And they push your red button and your hologram comes out and your music is introduced to this new generation of people 500 years from now. My question is like the first question I asked you about PH. What is the legacy that you left behind that made the world better because you did hip hop?
I think for me, I want them to be like, yo, he was like James Brown. He was always working. He was always making songs like shit. Look at all this shit we got to stream, that we got to listen to, right? We got fucking years of shit to listen to. You know, that's what I want the legacy to be, right? Just the work ethic.
I think if we're talking solely about the 6ixers project, I think going back to C's answer about what the concept of it was is like, yeah, we tried to. This album is where a lot of music made that turn where they realized that they were on notice. You had to really, really, if you were doing this type of hip hop, you had to be on your A game, or the 6ixers were coming for you. Because hip hop put out a contract on all the bullshit, and the 6ixers got that contract.
Facts. So with that being said, everyone, be sure that you respect the culture of hip hop and you support the people who put their all into the game. I find it very disrespectful that you got to go to Europe to celebrate hip hop when hip hop's right in your backyard. Let's support our poets, our creators, and our beatsmiths by not only streaming their music but buying their music and sharing it with others to know that the mainstream does not dictate our culture. We do, and we celebrate our great ourselves. With that being said, this is Karev with LR Blitzkreig and Bad Seed, the 6ixers. A duo that you're going to know for the rest of your lives when you hear it. And we say peace, and we out.
Peace.
The 6ixers are a hip hop group from Brooklyn that is changing the way we hear real music. R.I.P Blitzkreig is a battle-tested MC who battles the beat, not just the microphone. And Bad Seed is intelligently ignorant. Check out The Devil Lives in the White House, or whatever that song is by Knots, because The Devil in the White House is a classic, you know? So for everybody out there listening to this, thank you for listening to this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. Thank you to the 6ixers. Thank you to MJ's Hip Hop's Connects for making this possible. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who made this possible. Shout out to BQ of Fatty's Place. Shout out to all our team out there. We got the Goodfellas, Recap with the Goodfellas. Subscribe to them on YouTube. We got Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube, Instagram, heritagehiphop.com. We are on your streaming networks. And we want to give a shout out to Doggy Diamonds, who not only interviewed some people that, you know, was on our platform, but the shout out is immense. And I want to say thank you to him, because not only did he let me interview him, he's somebody that influences me and somebody I look up to in the culture. So shout out to Doggy Diamonds, and shout out to you for listening. This episode, once again, is brought to you by heritagehiphop.com. Make sure you subscribe, become a member, and we have a new playlist up today called The Power of Two, celebrating Raekwon the Chef and Ghostface Killer. It's a new playlist to stream to celebrate and say thank you to pioneers who've made hip-hop great. If you like the playlist, comment, share it, and let us know who else you would like to see. You know, we're working on other things on Heritage Hip Hop to make it great. So look forward to greatness, not just music, not just interviews, but greatness, because we're about this hip hop culture and making it last forever. Shout out to the culture. Shout out to you. We are so happy to do this podcast, and we thank you for listening. So I don't want to prolong this. I'm just very thankful and happy. We're into 2021. May we continue to conquer COVID and live, and may the Most High get all the blessings. So with that, we say peace, and we're out.